Esther with Esther's VSG Trek. It is July 12th, 2020. I am running a few errands this morning, this fine Sunday morning. I go grocery shopping every 2 weeks, and this week is that weekend. And last weekend I decided to go keto again, and I had this little voice inside. It's been pestering Esther. It's been festering within me that it's time to go back to keto. So I had vertical sleeve gastrectomy in Tijuana, Mexico, with Mexico Bariatric Center, September 1st, 2016. And the wonderful Doctora Louisiana Valenzuela, she herself now also a VSG patient. She went through the same company that she works for, was my surgeon, and it was a great experience. Since I couldn't have it here, my insurance completely excluded bariatrics, and I found a way around that wall because I needed help, and I needed to secure my health. On paper, I was still healthy, but my body was screaming. I was trapped within my skin. I'm hesitating because an epiphany I had this week is that I have forgotten. I forgot the why. I forgot the why. And instead of the why am I seeking and pursuing and establishing this health, my brain went to, well, why can't you have that? Fill in the blank with the food. Oh, going back to the story, about 4 months out, December 26, 2016, I became, or adopted rather, the lifestyle, the diet, the way of eating that is mandated for keto, the ketogenic diet. So you basically consume 5% of your macros, 20 grams of carbs per day, and then the fat and protein. Fat would be the highest macro, protein the moderate, and carbs the lowest. So I did that for almost 2 solid years, and it really kept me from binging. Surprise, realized post-op, I'm a binger, I'm an emotional eater. Things you don't really put your finger on until you're actually faced with feeling things and processing things. But the burn of the why was ever present for 2 solid years, and I was happy. I lost weight. I was able to do things like jog, and I got to do yoga in a way that, in my modified way, was really, really good with progress. And then I forgot the why. The habits I turned my back on. I turned my back on measuring. I turned my back on weighing. I turned my back on not binging. I remember starting to binge on my cucumber. Very low carbs, still keto. Also, I'm one of those bariatric people who I have some restriction, but it's not like the restriction you hear other people have, that they cannot eat more than X amount, and even years after, it's a much reduced amount. I cannot eat at the rate that I used to eat, but I can put down a lot of food. I've done a pouch reset twice in these almost 4 years. But something I found out about myself is when I make plans that are overly restrictive. That's why I liked keto at first, because the foods are so rich and delicious. I tend to sabotage myself. So there's this inner dialogue that wants to sabotage. And I had it in a good place. And then I stopped doing the good habits. And then I tried to reestablish good habits but still giving myself a back door of, like, some people are all or nothing. I guess I'm kind of like that. There's a lot. There's no manual on how to do this effectively. Now, people who have gone abroad, there are people who haven't struggled or won't struggle as much as I have. There's people who haven't gone abroad who did it here in the U.S. with all of their support medically, meaning nutritionist, the surgeon, mental support, therapy, whatever, and still have the same problem. So we're all made up differently, but I think I'm just at the point that these are all the realities, and the reality is I can think of keto and still smile and be like, yeah, I want to do that, kind of in the same energy that I went towards it originally. Why did I go towards it originally? Well, I knew I needed to find a lifestyle post-op because, you know, your stomach's healing. It takes weeks and weeks for it to completely heal. And I only ever dieted for a little bit, and then the backslide would happen. So just because in the realm of weight loss surgery, low carb is a thing, I kind of stumbled across Keto Connect, and they're so cute. Oh, and now they have a little baby boy. Oh, so cute. I still follow them, even when I wasn't keto. But I figured out, I kept watching their videos. I'm like, wow, this food is like yummy. This food is really yummy. It's not a deprivation. Yeah, you can't have carbs, but look, you can have a portion of cheese. You can have yummy meats. You can have these other things that are delicious. And I'm a good cook. Okay. But really, my husband, people who do keto because of health concerns, lots of positive things come of it, like control of diabetes, some assistance with like dementia, Alzheimer's. It's too new to really say the full gamut of the pros and cons, but there's a lot of pros. And if you're gonna do it though, you need to be committed. So when I stopped being keto, I tried a couple times to go back to it. I didn't feel committed. So I stopped doing keto, and then I even tried Weight Watchers one time. It was so insulting to go to a Weight Watchers platform when you're already used to working with macros and understanding the correlation with one food group and another. Weight Watchers is great for some people. If it clicks with you and it keeps you accountable and tracking well, do it. But for me, I just felt like I needed more, and then it promotes the low fat, and a lot of the low fat chemical bombs, so it just didn't fit. And then, so really, I've been just creeping up in weight because I'd apply a philosophy for a short period of time, probably less than 2 weeks we're talking, and then backslide. Now, am I binging? I was for a while. I'm not currently. Am I overeating? That happens naturally. And then, you know, having kids and a husband that loves yummy stuff, there's opportunities to backslide, but I wasn't where I am right now. And I can really comfortably say I wasn't where I am right now. I'm not gonna like it, I'm sure. I'm prepared for the keto flu. I got my potassium, magnesium, and my sodium ready to go. I am fully stocked on Zip Fizz for electrolytes, and I'm finishing my shopping today. So that's basically the most you need. The keto's not difficult. I've been having cheesy eggs for lunch. That's like my fallback. I don't have a lot of time for lunch, cheesy eggs. No matter what I'm doing. So in this time that I haven't been keto, I have still kept a lot of low carb principles, but without committing the full day, week, month to being low carb. So it's been very difficult to make progress, especially since I'm also not tracking my food, and then you don't know where you're at. You think one serving is one serving, but it's actually 3, and then oh, you get snacky, or you do eat a little bit, but then you eat more than you need to. So I know all the wrong things I've been doing, and I'm ready to stop them. I just need weight loss. I'm probably sitting at about, in this pandemic, I've seen the highest of 222, but I'm sitting around 215 in that 7-pound range, because the lowest weight I ever saw, my highest weight was 289. Surgery weight, if I remember correctly, because it's been forever, was 239. So I'm really close to my surgery weight. Wow, yeah, that happened. But the lowest I saw was 166 after a tonsillectomy. So that wasn't real. And the lowest that I got to, not because of illness, was like 173-ish. It's another thing with regain. Yeah, I liked myself skinny, and I was happier about the things I could do and the less pain. I'm like looking skinny too. Like, I was like, what? Who is she? But in the lowest weight, I did see myself in that low weight, but anywhere away from that, I just saw me. And where I'm at is where I've always was. So there wasn't that overt negative talk, or overt like, oh my goodness, look at you, because this is me. And then like the side effects of losing a lot of weight, certain areas become less plump. I always kept my derriere, thank God, but like these are, whew, 2 kids too, forget about it. But these came back a little bit. I was like, I'm all right with that. Like, I was all right with a lot of the little phases, because you don't just jump up, what's that, pretty much 50 pounds overnight. Well, some people can, especially with medication, but this wasn't an overnight thing. This was a 2-year progression thing. So this was Real Talk. Hi, I'm Esther. I'm going to be a real life post-bariatric patient. And here's the other point. I was always curious with the weight I lost in my keto days. Was it really keto, or was it my VSG? Now I'm like a normal person. Yes, I have a smaller stomach, but I'm a normal person. So now I'm putting keto to the true test, to the true Esther litmus test. Is this going to work? Is this going to work? It is. I'm going to track my macros. I'm going to slowly become more active. That back injury I had in the end of last year, beginning of this year, oh man, it was a wake-up call of the whole point you tried to lose weight was to avoid wrecking yourself, and now you had something that wrecked you, and look, you're heavier. And then from that point I got heavier too, which is why you always want to work on being a little lower than your ideal weight, whatever that is, because something can happen. And I used to say it, you have to practice what you preach. And I'm gonna start. Okay, I'm on my way to TJ's for some yumminess. I have lots of celery at home already. I'm gonna pick up some cucumbers and other deliciousness that I'll be re-embracing. Not that they ever really went away, but the combination. I'm looking forward to interesting, delicious combinations of food. I'm going to start with my macros high, around 1600, and then slowly taper down, because I like to self-sabotage myself. Not that I like to, but that's just the reality. And we're just going to start out slow. Really slow. It took 2 years to gain this. It's not going to take 2 years to get it off. But I'm not looking for overnight. All right. I'll see you soon.